construction of a decision tree, that is the algorithm for construction of decision tree, which is iterative dichotomizer tree. Yeah, we will see the algorithm. Before that, we will see what exactly is a decision tree. So, decision tree is actually used to take classification decisions. For example, assume that one person will be working if the salary is greater than 50,000. That is, the person will be working if the salary is greater than 50,000, or if the salary is less than 50,000. He definitely needs work from home facility. Then only the person works. Otherwise, the person doesn't accept the job offer from a particular company. Assume that this is the scenario. So, if you are, we have two classes here. If this is the case, he will accept the job offer. Otherwise, else he will decline the job offer, right? So, to check whether the person will be accepting or declining the job offer, this is actually a two-class classification, right? Either he will accept or decline the job offer. So, this can be shown as a decision tree. That is the first decision. For example, that a person could take as whether salary is greater than 50,000. If the salary is greater than 50,000, the person is accepting the offer without any more questions. Okay, accept the offer. So, if the salary is less than 50,000, he needs to know. So, this is the case of yes. And if the salary is less than 50,000, he needs to know if the work from home facility is available. If work from home facility is available, he will accept the offer. Otherwise, he will decline the offer. So, assume that this is a decision tree for making a decision whether a person will be accepting a job or decline a job offer. See, this is a hypothetical example. In real life, there could be real life example for making classification decisions. There could be lots of features and lots of decisions to take. So, this is just for the sake of an example. So, here this salary greater than 50k, this work from home, salary, all these are features. So, the nodes represent features. Now, that is, for example, in this case, salary and work from home are examples. Now, the branches or the edges represent the decisions. So, these indicate the decisions taken by the algorithm to reach a final state. And the leaf node. So, the leaf nodes represent the classes. It could be categorical, that is accept or decline, something like that, or it could be even continuous values like 0.5, 0.3, it could be the possibility or probability of an event. Categorical or continuous output values would be in the leaf nodes. So, this is basically a decision tree. It could be having any number of levels. The more complicated or complex the tree is, it will be having lots of levels and it can take better classification decisions. Okay, so that is what a decision tree basically is. Now we will see an algorithm which can help us to construct decision trees. The algorithm that we are discussing in this class is iterative dichotomizer tree. You know that dichotomy is splitting something into two, right? So that is where the name, we are doing it iteratively. So iterative dichotomizer tree. So this also supervised algorithm, and here see the first step I have used salary as the splitting feature, right? To split the tree in the first level I have used salary, and in the second level I have used work from home. So this splitting attribute, that is which attribute must be used to split the tree at each and every level, is identified by two things. One is the entropy of the particular attribute, and the second thing which governs this decision is information gain. Okay, information gain. These are the two attributes and these are the two parameters which help us to take a splitting decision. So entropy is actually the degree of uncertainty in a data set. Okay, and information gain is the amount of information data set, say S, H of S could be written as for every class small c present in the set of classes capital C, it is the probability of a class into log of probability of that class. See, probability of a class of PC, C is the number of classes, capital C is the total set of classes. For example, if there are two classes like accept or decline, C is just accept and decline. For example, if we have two classes, this yes or no, C is just yes or no. So small c iterates over there. So small c could be yes first and no later. Okay. Probability is the proportion of proportion of data points in the class C to the total number of data points. That is how many data points belongs to the class C and the total number of data points. So here S is the data set. Yeah, everything else is clear, right? So this is how we find out entropy. So then while taking an attribute for splitting, we take the attribute with minimum entropy because entropy is the degree of uncertainty. So we take the attribute with minimum entropy or maximum information gain. So the formula for information gain is actually HFS, that is this entropy, minus sigma T element of capital T, probability of T into H of T. See again, all the terms are understood I guess. So this is information gain of the attribute A on the data set S. So H of S is actually the entropy of this data set S, and T element of TC. When we split the data set on the attribute A, we will be getting lots of classes such that sigma T always give you S. That is when you split the tree on this attribute A, we will be getting many classes. We will see an example right away. So T is the for each class that we get after splitting the tree on attribute S, we are finding out probability of T, that is the proportion of data points which belongs to the class T divided by total number of data points into H of T. H of T here is the entropy of the data set. Okay, so this is how we find out information gain. So these are the two parameters that we use. So I repeat, for splitting we choose the attribute with minimum entropy or maximum information gain. So yeah, we'll see the algorithm. So for doing the algorithm, the first thing that we need to do is find out the entropy of the data set. That is, we have to find the entropy of the whole data set. So that is the first thing, that is calculate entropy of data set. That is the first thing that we need to do. And the second thing that you need to do is you have to take each feature. That is, for each feature you have to do two things. The first thing is you have to calculate entropy for all its categorical values. Calculate entropy for all its categorical values. For example, if it is going out, we have two categorical values, yes or no. For solving greater than 50, we have two categorical values, yes or no, right? That is calculate entropy for all its categorical values. And the second thing is we have to calculate information gain for the attribute. Calculate information gain for the attribute. So that is the next step. Now what you have to do is you have to find the feature with maximum information gain, because that will be used for splitting the tree into different subtrees. So feature with maximum information gain. So that is the next thing, and you have to split the tree. Now you have to continue until we get the desired tree. So continue till we get the tree, the desired tree. Okay, so this is the algorithm for a hypothetical data set, and we will see how it splits the tree. So we will see the example. Here is the data set that we are taking. That is, the data set is having 3 attributes, that is salary, whether it is greater than 50k or less than 50k. Then work from home, that is whether the company is providing work from home facility, or if the office is near to home, near to residence. Okay, so then based on these 3 features, the person is taking classification decisions. For example, if the salary is greater than 50k, he will be accepting the offer, whatever is the thing regarding work from home or not. If the salary is less than 50k, he will be choosing either if work from home is available or if office is very closer to home, something like that. Okay, so this is the data set that we have. Now we have to create a decision tree out of it. So the first step that we need to take is we have to find the entropy of the data set. So the data set is contained just 2 classes, right? Yes and no. So we have to find the entropy. Yes, since we have 2 classes, the first class is yes, probability of yes into log probability of yes as per the equation of entropy, minus probability of no into log probability of no. Okay, so the entropy as per our equation is found as probability of the first class into log probability of that class minus probability of second class into log probability of that class. So you know that out of the 6 classes there are 4 yeses and 2 no's. So minus probability of yeses 4 by 6, right? Because there are 4 yeses, 4 by 6 into log 4 by 6 minus probability of no's. There are 2 classes which are no, into no instances into log probability of 2 by 6. And if you calculate this, you will get the value as 0.918. Okay, 0.918. So this is the value for the entropy of the data set. The next thing that we need to find out is we have to find out for each attribute, we have to find out the entropy and information gain. So I am taking salary first, and for salary let me take the entropy and information gain. We have 3 features. One is salary, the other one is work from home, and the other one is near, right? For all these 3 features we have to find out the entropy and information gain. So we are doing it first for salary. So entropy when salary, the categorical value salary greater than 50,000. This is what we said in the algorithm. It is for each categorical value feature you have to find entropy. Okay. So when salary is greater than 50,000, we have 3 such instances. There are 3 yeses. So all the 3 values are yeses, right? So minus 3 by 3 log 3 by 3. So you know that definitely the value is going to be 0, and is set to be pure class. That is when salary is greater than 50,000. There is no other question, there is no other decision to take, no other rules to check. The decision will be definitely yes, and that is where we got the value 0 here. This is a pure class. Now what if salary less than 50k? So in that case, when salary is less than 50k, there are 1 class for yes and 2 classes for no, right? So minus 1 by 3 log 1 by 3 and minus 2 by 3 for no, log 2 by 3. So when you do this, the value that you are getting is 0.917. Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to find the average entropy information. You have to find entropy info. Entropy information for salary, info for sal. So how do you find it? As for let's call it I. So I of sal is found as probability of salary greater than 50k. So that is one categorical value, right? Salary greater than 50k and its entropy into H of salary greater than 50k plus probability of it is straightforward and you will get 0.4585 as the output value. If there are any mistakes in the calculation, please do excuse. Hope you got the idea. Okay. So the information gain for IG for salary, information gain for salary is the entropy of the data set, which is H of S. H of S minus the information gain, entropy information for salary. So H of S minus I of S. Okay. So when you subtract from 0.918 of you subtracted 0.4585, you will get a value which is 0.4596. So this is the value that we are getting. Okay. Similarly, we have to do this for, all these computations must be repeated for work from home attribute and also the near attribute. So we will do those computations. So for work from home of the work from home is yes. For work from home is yes. When work from home is yes, 1 instance, 2 instance, 3 instance. There is one, the probability is like 1 by 3 chance that he is not accepting the offer, right? So 1 by 3 for yes, because out of work from home is yes. Yes, this is yes. This is okay. For work from home, in both the cases, when work from home is yes, he is accepting the offer. So it is there are 2 cases for work from home. So it is 2 by 2 minus 2 by 2 log 2 by 2, and you know that this is end up at 0. So this is also a pure class. That is, if you are giving work from home facility, he is definitely going to join the company, something like that. Okay. So that is also a pure class. So we'll see what happens when work from home is no. So when work from home is no, here it is no, he is joining the company. Here it is no, he is joining the company. Here it is no, it's no, it's no, it's no. Here it is. Here there are 4 no's and 4 no's, and out of which 2 are yes and 2 are no, right? So the probability is 2 by 4. 2 minus 2 by 4 log 2 by 4 minus 2 by 4 log 2 by 4, because this is 50-50 probability, right? Because when it is no, these are the 4 conditions for work from home is equal to no. In 2 cases it was yes, and in 2 cases it was no. So this entropy information is 0 here. Okay. Because it is minus 2 by 4 log 2 by 4 minus 2 by 4 log 2 by 4. Yeah, so the entropy information is 0 here. So now we have to find, entropy is not 0 here also, because it's the same. Now we will find entropy info for work from home. So it is that is I of work from home, and it is probability of work from home is equal to yes into H of work from home is equal to yes plus probability of work from home is no into H of work from home is no, right? So since both this entropy terms are 0, on multiplication you will get 0, right? So then you calculate information gain for work from home, you will get it like H of S minus I of work from home, which is, we don't have anything to subtract here, so you will get 0.918, right? So that is how we get so that is how we get this. Now the next thing is near. So that is the next attribute that we need to calculate. So we have to find near is equal to yes. So yes, when near is equal to yes, there are 3 cases, 1, 2, 3. Here it is yes, here it is yes, here it is no. So 2 by 3. So minus 2 by 3 log 2 by 3 minus 1 by 3 log 1 by 3. So that is what you need to calculate, and upon calculating this you will get the value 0.9173. 9173. Okay. Now you have to calculate H4 near is equal to no, and when you calculate when near is no, here near is no and it is yes, here near is no and it is no, here near is no and it is yes. So when near is no, it is 2 by 3 yes. Okay. So the same calculation, 2 by 3 log 2 by 3 minus 1 by 3 log 1 by 3. So you will get the value 0.9173. Okay. Now we will get the entropy information. So I of near is equal to, as you know, the equation is probability of near is equal to yes, and into H of near is equal to yes plus probability of near is equal to no into H of near is equal to no. So when you do this computation, you will get the result. So when you do this computation, you will get the result 0.917. Okay. 0.917. So this is the result that you are getting for entropy information for this thing. And when you see the information gain for near, what you will get is you have to subtract 0.917 from 0.918, and the value is 0.001. So work from home is the attribute which is having highest information gain. So the work from home must be the first splitting attribute. So work from home. So see, if you look at this, you know that when work from is no, it is yes. When it is no, it is yes. When it is no, it is no. So work from home is no, it is not taking the decision. But work from home is yes. When it is yes, the decision is yes. When it is yes, the decision is yes. So if work from home is yes, he is definitely going to accept the job offer. So when work from home is no, we do not know what happens, because that depends on the other parameters also. Because in this case, even when work from home was not available, he accepted the job. Here, when the work from home was not available, he rejected the job. So that means when work from home is no, he is considering the other parameters also to take the decision. So see, when work from home is yes, definitely he is accepting the job. So now we have to split the tree further. For this, what you have to do is you have to take the only rows wherein work from home is no. So you have to take these two rows. You have to take these two rows. That is, these 4 rows alone must be processed for the next iteration. See, to begin with, initially we have calculated the entropy of the data set, right? So now for the next iteration, while calculating the entropy of the data set, you cannot use this value, because you have to calculate the entropy of the subset of the data set considering only these 4 rows. That is, only those 4 rows must be used for entropy calculation in the next iteration. Now you will get another feature with highest attribute value, and you have to continue like that. Hope the construction of the tree is clear. Let me emphasize on this point. When you go for the next iteration, this is no longer 4 by 6 or 2 by 6. Instead, you just have to take these 4 rows, and in these 4 rows there are 2 yeses and 2 no's. So that is the 2 by 2 and log 2 by 2 and 2 by 2 log 2 by 2, because there are 2 yeses and 2 no's. Okay, so that is how you should calculate the entropy of the data set for the next iteration. So hope this is clear, and this is how we do this. You have to proceed with the construction of the tree. I have just explained one level of construction. Hope this is clear. Thank you.